Hello and welcome back to the channel where we're going to delve into the 57 Cadillac. The Mark 10 in the background, we're still cracking on with that. Bro's nearly got all the paint off for that. So while he's in the flow, we want to get the Cadillac ready so he can move straight over and start taking that off. It's big, it's brash, it's bold. Look at the size of this bumper. So we're going to start on just stripping it down. We'll start from the front, working our way back. Which probably won't actually take too long because of the size of everything. Just having a look inside here. You can see in here, Lou, we've got these nice, big, hefty bumper irons. You know, we've got no impact zones here. It's just brute force. But just big, heavy bolts. There's 3 bolts on there, 3 bolts on the other side. And that is pretty much holding the front bumper on. So we're going to delve straight in now. Just start breaking this down. We'll run this video through the process of breaking it down and getting the paint off so we can go through and assess the condition of a bare metal 57 Cadillac. Go for it. Thankfully you can hear me through this. I thought I'd just pause while I'm doing this. I picked the side with the least amount of room to show you this, but such is forward planning. Paint stripper and the process. This stuff is super potent. I'll show you on the other wing in a minute, but what we do with a paint stripper, we mask out the area that we want to strip, and then we just cut all the paintwork and the cross hatching like this with a blade just to open it up. So when we apply the paint stripper, it's already got an in. It can start getting in and under there, and then we get the plastic sheeting ready to pull over the top and press it against the paint stripper. Because what we don't want is the paint stripper evaporating, we want it penetrating. So stop it going that way, it can go that way. So what's really good about this stuff as well is it's thick. It's quite a thick, gloopy consistency, which means it goes where we need it to go. It doesn't just all run off. I mean, it is a liquid, it's going to run, but it doesn't just wash off the panel like many alternatives do. Which, when you're working in an environment like this, the last thing we want is paint strippers slapping around the place. So always being mindful as well as to where your body is, so that we're not rubbing clothing against the paint stripper, which will then transfer onto anything else you come into contact with. But as you can see, it's a nice, thick, heavy product. And it does a really good job. We don't go right up to the edges because we don't want this running into any seams. Because it will run, you know, it's a jelly-like consistency, but it will move. But the thickness of it means we can actually brush it on to vertical surfaces, and it does move. But it doesn't just wash off the panel. So I'll just get this onto here. This is just the first coat. I'd imagine this will take 2 coats. But I'll get this on, I'll get it sealed over, and then I'll take you around, show you the other wing. And you can see just how quickly this is eating into it now. It's we hate this stuff, but God, we love it. It is super potent. as I think we said in one of the previous videos, if you get this on your hands or touch this skin, you really do know about it. But you see how quickly that's already starting to work. And then if you just shoot that off, press it against the panel. Stop it evaporating off, forcing it to penetrate its way into the paintwork. Right, I've got the lid on that one. Might as well blow the bottle on the floor. Oh, let me just get this out of the way. Right, so you can see. Oh. You can see under here just how well, well you can see actually just as well over there. This is one coat and it's still active, it's still soft. And you can see how quickly we're taking that all the way back. So we'll leave that. We like to leave it longer than it says on the instructions. Simply because if we leave it a little bit longer, it starts to solidify, which means we can scrape it off without bits going everywhere. So we'll leave that on there probably another half an hour, peel this back, scrape it all off, and then we'll give each one another coat, and then that'll be ready for the DA. We'll have nice clean metal, hopefully. Okay, I did my little bit of paint stripping for the camera, and then I legged it, left Bo doing the rest of it. So he's been busy with the DA. Most of it actually has come off with the DA. It's like one coat of paint stripper and then hitting the rest of it with the DA. So now's a good time. Obviously we've still got the bonnet to do and a few little detailed bits still to do, but 90% of the paint's now off. So we've found the issues, and to be honest with you, they're not really issues. We knew this was where we were going to be with this car. Floor's really good, as we know. We've already discussed the floor and the chassis. It's in great shape. It's a little bit cosy. We pulled the car out so we can get round it and do a video, but it's a lot of car to pull out, so we still don't have that much room. But if we come down here, Luke, we've got the blistering, which we saw, which we knew when the paint was off would turn out to be corrosion in the bottom of the wing. We've also got corrosion coming through the bottom of all four door skins. The bit that we hadn't seen before, but we kind of guessed, simply because it had the stainless steel trims on it, the outer sill panel is also broken through and hold. Very straightforward, simple panel. We'll make those and get those let into both sides. So we've got the corrosion on the door skin, corrosion on the front wing. Knees creaking. It's just starting to break through here, just. The glass is still in it, it'll come out now. We were just waiting to make sure that we could get the rubbers without too much aggravation. Customers ordered up the new rubbers, so we'll go ahead now and just cut the screens out front and rear. It's all really nice metalwork all the way around. We've still got a little bit of paint to take off the boot lid leading edge. We know we're going to have a few small repairs to do along the leading edge of the boot lid. But it has obviously had paintwork in the past, and there's quite a bit of filler covering dents, rectifying dents. So there's quite a bit of dent damage that we need to pull, straighten out and get looking a bit healthier before we epoxy. The corrosion here, which we knew about again, so with the glass out, we'll let a nice little piece in here. And again, as we said around the other side here, we've got corrosion in the doors. There's more corrosion underneath this tape. The sill this side is actually pretty good. Apologies, I've just noticed that my microphone is now hanging down right in front of my mouth, so I'm probably shouting at you. But yeah, get that back over here. So yeah, the corrosion in the bottoms of the doors, same as the other side, and same as the other side, corrosion in here. So yeah, nice to have the paint off and see that it is as good as we thought it was going to be, which is always nice to be right. So we'll carry on now, get the last few bits off, then we'll get the 4 doors off, because we've also got to strip all the paint off the door shuts and the door backs, get the body done, get the corrosion in the body done, and then much the same as with the Mark 10, this will go into an epoxy coat. We'll get the doors done, epoxy coat them, build the car back together again, polyester it, get it all nice and straight, move forward towards top coat primer. As the GoPro footage will show, we'll just put this section in the bottom of the wing here. So that's all done and that's in there. It's gone in there pretty well. I thought I'd just pause now. We'll carry on, most of the metalwork will be GoPro footage. But the outer sill, as we saw earlier, was all perforated. So we've made up, or started to make up the new section. It does need a little bit of a roll through the wheel, but it's quite straightforward, basic. So I've marked up and I've cut the outer section off, and I just thought we'd pause without wishing to upset David, owner of the '59 Cadillac. But wow, look at this. It's a shame the outside is perforated, because inside here is just unbelievable. For a 1957 car that hasn't been restored, that's quite something in there. There's lots of red oxide on here, so we know that it's, and it's all factory welds. There's nothing in there that's been got at. That is really quite something. So much so, we thought we'd pause the work we're doing, just film that before we cut the rest of it out. Yeah. Who'd have thought it, eh? It looked like something had been dragged out of a field. I'm sure Gary would agree. But it really is quite something in there. So looking forward to getting this one all buttoned up and looking nice. So we'll carry on now back with the GoPro footage. We'll get the sill section in, repair the doors, move over to the other side, same again, and move into epoxy coating. Okay, as you would have just seen and read, the GoPro battery went dead. We did all that sill work and didn't capture any of it. So we did move on and we've done the rear quarter panels. There's a bit more than we thought, so we've done both sides of that. And we're heading now towards getting it in the booth for epoxy. So we thought, just have a quick run round. We'll just show you what we've done that you missed. So as you know, we've got this repair panel in here. We've put this section in the sill as well through to here. I'll roll some B-roll over the top of this, but we've done both rear quarters and the screen apertures as well. And then if we just come around the other side, mate, we've got the wing repair on the other side as well. So just cut the corrosion out of here. New section's gone into there. We've gone round, we're keyed up with the shuts. We don't need to go bare metal with the shuts. All we're doing is taking off all the loose or any flaky, rusty areas, feathered them right down so they're all keyed up, ready to go. We're just going to whiz over the whole thing again now with the DA and just make sure there's no it's sat like this for a little while now. So we've got to just make sure there's no oxidization there. We've got it all off in the booth, mask it up. Nova for classic car, epoxy hybrid anti-corrosion primer. And that will see us wrap up this part of the video. So we're nearly done now. Get it in the booth and we'll wrap this up. There we go. It's cozy in here with this. The 59 that we've got to do is a foot longer than this. It's gonna be a tight squeeze. So as much as we'd like to sort of walk you around and show you the car in hybrid epoxy, we're not gonna do that in the booth. So we'll wheel it out tomorrow and I'll get some footage and add it on at the end of that, like end of this video. But we're gonna call time on this now. So all metalwork repairs are done. And the body is into the epoxy. The panels are going there in the epoxy hopefully next week. Now all the bare metal is sealed up, we're going to get it outside. We've been asked also to do a bit of work in the engine bay. So we'll get that chemically cleaned under the engine bay. We're going to get the floor scrubbed out. We've got two minor repairs to do on a floor pan. That will then get coated in Novel's Cobra. So we'll be moving forward to shaping and leveling into a high build primer and then moving on to colour. So that's us done for this video on the 57 Series 62. Hope you've enjoyed it. We will be back next week with a Maserati Mistral for you to see, one that we've done a little while ago and just finished off recently. So please hit like, subscribe, and we will be back next week.